The train from Carlisle pulls into Whitehaven on the Cumbrian coast. The residents here profess to know little about digital switchover.
Mind, it is our own fault because I did get a brochure through the door, did you know?
Well,
Going digital, but I didn't read it.
But persevere.
What else do we know?
Well, it's going to give us more channels, better picture.
And you'll find the problem doesn't seem to be knowing what's happening.
The box wasn't, it was into the wrong SCART on the box.
It's how to plug it all in.
Because my telly hasn't got two SCART things, it's only got the one. And I was wondering if I got an adapter that's got two on. And I plugged the SCART lead into that and then put that into the video thing. Would I be able to, would that work or not?
We're here at Age Concern in Whitehaven, where we're doing a drop-in centre for anybody who's still got problems or wants help in tuning in their box for the first time.
Can't do without television, can you? With the old machines, you just turned it on and you press for your station, you got it here. You've got so much information, it's confusing, and I guess these books don't help very much either.
Because I used to get Channel 5. And then I suddenly lost it. And I used to like Channel 5 because I like a lot of them CSIs. So that's why I bought a Digibox.
Locally, we've only received 4 stations, whereas the rest of the country has been receiving 5 analogue channels. So in Whitehaven, not only are we going to get Channel 5, which has been a big miss, but we're going to get another sort of 15 channels in addition. So we'll end up with a 20-channel service.
And this is where it all starts, broadcasting's business end. This is Big Rig Transmitter just outside Whitehaven, the first in the UK to switch off analogue television for good. Interesting technical note, take a look inside at the size of the analogue transmitters. This one is pumping out ITV1. Its digital replacement is a quarter the size and can transmit 5 times as many channels. And for the television engineer responsible for a smooth transition, it's a bit of history.
I think we'll look back on this as the start of the great digital switchover in the UK, and I feel very proud to be a part of that.
Small businesses are also affected. Hotels and guest houses here have to make alterations to hundreds of televisions.
The set-top box is physically attached to the top of the television with Velcro. It's been a very costly experience. And a stressful experience. The guidance from the experts has been too global and not detailed enough. There are no nuts and bolts to guide us as to the best possible financial route to take or technical route. No consideration has been given to small businesses like ours. It's been a blow.
Nonetheless, at the dead of night on the 17th of October, the first channel was switched off.
I was watching BBC Two on analogue. 1 minute it was snooker, next minute it was a black and white fuzzy screen. I felt a pang of anxiety, like you always do when your TV stops working, but I needn't have worried because 50 minutes later ITV1 had switched over to the old BBC Two slot and it was a rubbish phone-in competition quiz, so normal service was resumed. I guess it's not the end of analogue, but we should look upon it as the beginning of a digital-only Britain. How exciting!
What we've seen here in Whitehaven will go around the rest of the country. So this is very much a model for what will happen elsewhere. We'll see the same thing happen. It will happen in 2 stages, over a 4-week period. We'll see the same sort of communication strategy, leaflets through the door, work with the local council, local authorities and the charity sector, a help scheme for people who are older and severely disabled. So the model that we've been employing here in Whitehaven will be rolling out over the next 4 years throughout the rest of the country.
But most of them are just repeats, aren't they? Things that you didn't watch like years ago when they first came out because you thought, oh, well, this is a load of tripe. And then you look through to see what you're getting and you've got all night full of these, like Ugly Betty. A night full of Ugly Betty, for God's sake, if that one's that. I don't.